is that the ministry is broke. And Mr. President, I'm saying this because tomorrow somebody will accuse me of not saying it as it is when I assume office. So you may think that I'm giving excuses. I need your support in order to let people appreciate the difficulties we have. Our total budget for the year approved by Parliament is 22 million Ghana cedis. Out of this 22, 11 million is compensation, means salaries of workers, not only of the ministry, but of all the agencies and arounds, like the sports college, the youth centers, and the National Sports Authority. 4 million is for goods and services. So what is left to undertake all sports programs in the year is only 7 million. The budget for the national teams alone is about 42 million Ghana cedis. We will need close to almost about 26 million cedis for our Olympic team to go to Rio. How do we manage? It will call for prudence, it will call for ingenuity, it will call for support. And you are the ones who can draw this for us. We want to seek your support to get a corporate body out there to come to our aid. If we continue to paint a negative picture for sports, in fact, note that the budget is not only for sports, it's for youth and sports. So if we take out the ones we have to give for our youth training centers for their programs, the National Youth Authority, just about 4 million will be left for sports. The Black Maidens and upcoming Black Stars Mozambique match alone will chop all the 4 million. I'm being frank with you. And that's why I've, for the past weeks, been saying that I don't and I will not determine issue of bonuses for sports in this country. I'm not talking, and I want to be very careful of this. I said for sports, men and women. So the boxers will have to get bonus. The Black maidens, the people who are competing, the judoists, the weightlifters, all of them, we have to get bonuses. If we don't have the money, what do we do? So my policy is that we say it as it is, all of us sit down as a family, we discuss it with all the sports federations, the Sports Authority, the National Youth Authority, the Bolivar Sports College, our youth centers, we all sit down and say, ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 million. How do we share it? So that if boxing will get 10 cedis, if boxing will need 1 million for their programs and they have 10 cedis, they go looking for the rest of the money from corporate sponsorship and from other activities in order to supplement. Because it will be suicidal for me as a minister to oversee a situation whereby one particular discipline will virtually swallow all the money we have to the detriment of other disciplines. Because in Ghana, we say something. We cannot tell, as we see today, which sporting discipline tomorrow will be giving Ghana the gold at the Olympics. We cannot tell. It could happen that swimming, it could happen that judo, it could happen in any form. It could even happen that all of a sudden our 100 meters runner go to the Olympics. All the favorites get muzzle pull and he wins the gold. Or somebody get disqualified. So it must not be within our power to determine which sporting discipline should be supported and which one should not be supported. But in the same vein, I'm meeting all the sports federation heads together with the Ghana Olympic Committee. And Mr. President, I want to place it on record that elsewhere, sports have been categorized. And we need to look at it in Ghana to know the category A sporting disciplines, B, C. And then we do promotion and demotion. So that if there is a sport in category C, but the people within that sporting discipline are so determined and doing their work very well, promoting their sport and achieving a lot for us, then we promote that discipline to category B. So if there is somebody in category A who is not pulling his weight and sitting down because he's getting all the support all the time, for example, football, and he's not doing well, we drop into category B. So that it will promote and engender competition among the sports federations and then make them active. Because some of the sporting federations, and let me say, some of them are really doing their best. In spite of support, they go out there themselves and seek private support. They engage in their own competitions. They are doing their own youth development programs. And not being biased. I would say, for example, weightlifting. We built our own gym. We built our own gym. Some came from my pocket, some came from my current president's pocket, some came from my vice president, Titi Bades, and we built our own gym. Because we're having difficulty. And I've seen swimming doing a lot. The president doing a lot. The president of fencing, Madi, doing a lot for the sport. Next week, I think he is inviting us to visit the new fencing gym that they built out of their own resources. And these are the things I'm talking about. So that if we see that a sport like that is doing well, let's support that sport by encouraging him and promoting him to another level. It will make him do more. Because the level where we are seeing everybody on the same platform, whilst others are doing their best, going out there, fighting, using all their marketing tools to attract sponsorship. Others, because they know by all means they will get it, they sit down without doing anything. I think we cannot encourage that. And I can only do that with your support. Because you and I will have to sit down and through our analysis of the various disciplines over the period, can say that this sport deserves to be in category A, this one deserves to be in category B. Mr. President, the last issue I want to touch on is the issue, the contentious issue of football. I thank God that a new spirit has entered our local league. And I want to commend the Premier League board for the work they have, and the GFA and the Premier League board for the new spirit. I was happy for the first time this year to have seen our national coach at one of the matches. Look, I'm being critical here, Mr. President. What do you think will happen to that player when he gets to the field and he sees the Black Stars coach sitting there? All of a sudden, that player will be inspired for a possible selection to the national team. That coach, it is incumbent for the Black Stars coach sitting down there to note certain mistakes he is seeing in the technical and tactical play of the teams. Then can call that coach and point out those things. That's the reason why we are paying that much money. I don't believe we just pay him $50,000 for him to come 2 weeks to a match, select the players, play the match, after the match go away. And then he'll be doing jobs on other radio and television stations outside. As for that one, all of us can do it. I am sure that all of us sitting here can draw the Black Star selection for the match, upcoming match today. And the probability of we making a mistake will be just 0.0 something. I'm sure that we can draw the selection and maybe there will be only one change in the selection we make. If that's what it's all about. Because seriously speaking, I don't know what anybody in this world can add to Asamoah anymore. After years, Asamoah knows the penalty area and knows the turf more than any one of us now. So, seriously speaking, I think that we need to look at this issue critically. And I'm saying this because a lot of my colleagues over the week, when I mentioned this, give the platform for people to really give it to me. And I'm happy it was given to me, because then I'm being on the receiving end for some time after having given it out to people a long time. But I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it, because then I've set an agenda for us to discuss. And I'm happy that the president of the FA came out the following week, also in the newspapers, to talk about the city. When we met, I asked him whether he believed in what he said, and the president assured me that he shared my sentiment, and he has also talked to the coach about it. And that's why I'm happy that I saw him at the over the weekend. I hope he will go to Techima, he will go to Yuku, he will go to the rest of the places. He was here yesterday. Yeah. That's good. There's a new spirit. The president, it's something that we need to talk about. Let me say this, and this one is off record. As a journalist, I say it's off record, and Oti knows what.